having fun and making sure that the guys were also having fun. So, Cameron, thank you for staying the course with us. Casey DeMars, and I know Casey isn't here real quick, but I'll tell the story. Casey is, to me, a dead eye. And if Kyle and Kennedy and Nash know the story behind that, I'm down working field goal PAT, and Casey shanks one and hits me so hard in the chest as I'm standing there watching our deep snapper. At that time, like looking to me to see what reaction I was going to have. And I just kind of brushed it off, even though it hurt really bad. When I got home, I had laces on football across my chest. But, Casey came out when our kickers were injured and came out and did a good job for us. Kyle, I saw Kyle snuck in over here. Kyle just came from soccer practice. So I'm going to say to Kyle, a field flipper. And if you know what I mean, if you saw what he did with a football on a punt against Mustang, I don't know if I've ever seen that thing do what it did. But he bent it back in play, and what I thought was going to be a block off for sure. So, Kyle, thank you. Kennedy had a big leg. He came out and had a good early part of the season. Unfortunately, Union decided to come block some punts and ended his senior campaign with a back injury. And so, once again, Kennedy, thank you for coming out this year and taking over our punting and kicking duties. Josh, where's Josh at? Josh was the consummate team guy. He always was out. We never have to ask for Josh when we needed scout team help. He was always the first one out there. Even if we needed guys on kickoff to run down, and typically we don't let our lineman guys run down on kickoff because we need the wide receivers and fast guys. But Josh would always come out, and he would always do whatever he could to make sure that we had all of our units taken care of. So, Josh, thank you. Brandon. Well, Brandon was a 3-year starter for us. Had a good junior or sophomore campaign and junior campaign. He's kind of the one that I always, tell each and every one of these guys about. Are there no guarantees? You don't know how long you're going to play this game. Well, Brandon got into some concussion issues that didn't let him finish out his senior year like the way he hoped, and stayed with us and continued to be a help with the offensive linemen, with the younger guys. So, Brandon, thank you. Juan. What I've got for Juan is old school nasty. If you want to know the type of attitude it takes to play nose guard, look at this guy right here. Being able to fight 2 and 3 and sometimes 4 guys blocking you and still doing what he was able to do. There's a reason why Will had the amount of tackles that he had, was because Juan was taking up 4 blocks in front of him.
He is. Good job, son.
Kind of a funny story about Juan. It was with our incoming freshman class. Somebody stole Juan's headphones, and we hear a tirade going off. And of course, we come in, and Juan's got the freshman scared. And after Juan gets settled down and leaves, I told the freshman, if there's anybody in here you better listen to, it's him. So, thank you, Juan, for all of your hard work that you've done. I know Coach Esau would tell Juan their relationship has been a I love, hate, love over the past 3 years and the amount of growth Juan has had. Jarian, I'm going to tell a story that goes back to your sophomore year. Jarian, as a sophomore, was kind of like Jamal. He wasn't sure the route he was going to take. And so we're at Tulsa Union, and I asked Coach Rout, I said, who's in number 68? Because we hadn't had that number with us. And so Coach Rout goes over and says, Coach, Jarian. I said, well, this is the first game he's been to. And so we had to have a talk. And Jarian did not come back as a junior, but his senior year, Jarian came to this summer and says, Coach, I'm doing things the right way. I'm passing class. I want to try it again. And a part of my job is giving young men second chances. And not only did Jarian take that second chance, but when Brandon went down, Jarian stepped in and started every game after that at guard. He's undersized lineman, but he went in and he fought his tail off each and every play.
Yes,
so,
he did.
Jarian, thank you for your persistence. Brandon Newbine. Yeah, Brandon. Brandon shares the same type of story as Jarian. As a sophomore, Brandon was going through some things and, didn't really think that he loved the game of football. So he didn't come back as a junior as well. And then this summer, Brandon's mom came in and said, hey, can Brandon come talk to you? I said, yeah, absolutely. And Brandon came back and said, Coach, I want to try it again. And he came back and did everything he could to make the success that he had as a senior. Started every single game for us as a senior. In probably one of the most important positions at center, making sure we get the football snapped properly. So, Brandon, thank you for finding that passion to come back to football. Jacob, what are you hiding back there? They're shy when they get up here, but when you get them alone together, you can't hardly get them to be quiet. Jacob was always that guy that, while they're taking photo ops, this class didn't win a game as a freshman. No, it's the process. They won one game as a sophomore, 3 games last year, and now a playoff 8-3 Panther football program.
Yes.
I can't thank you guys enough for the investment, the trust that you bought into all of our coaches and me and poured your heart and soul into changing this thing. I know at the beginning of the year, one of the articles said, PC North looking to get off the doormat. Trust me, we're nobody's homecoming anymore. Thank you to you seniors. We'll grab a picture at the end of the night.
¿Cómo? Ya le tomé. Mira, no voy a cautar todo eso, mi amor. She wants me to make me, I know. She wants me to make miracles with this little camera.
Se puede hacer, ¿no?
A ver, te lo voy a dar a ti.
Ah, pues se me lo
Well,
voy a
they're setting
de
down.
arriba. Cuando
Ahorita van a pasar, estoy agarrando a pinches. Ándale.
No, ya no.
Edwards and Files, please come on up to the stage.